Namaste, Goa flowers. The light has been going out and in, or the sun I should say rather, and I've been trying to make this video and it's just been a bit annoying. So now the sun is not really out, it's a bit darker than what I had wished for. This room is usually a good place to film because it has such great light. But anyway, it is what it is and I'm going to get this video done. Happy New Year to all of you. We are well out in 2018 by the time this video is here, but a lot of you have been asking me if I could make another video like I made in 2016 and 2017 on my tips or thoughts for the year, and I usually title them Shine Your Brightest Light, and by that I mean in how we can, use ourselves to our fullest potential and live our life in the best way that we can possibly live it. So I'm going to give you 4 suggestions this year as well, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. But I actually started off this year feeling really different than what I did in previous years. Usually I start off the year feeling like it's a blank canvas. I can splash on whatever colors I want and create whatever pattern it is that I want. And this year I didn't have that feeling at all. I kind of sat back with feeling like I'm quite happy with the pattern and the colors that I already have in my life. I feel like I just want to continue to work on that and complete the things that I have been working on for such a long time, that it feels like 2018 to me is my year of completion. And I also feel like it was weird and very different to start off the year with a full moon. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Often and usually we start off the year with a new moon. But starting off with a full moon was like we started off with the peak and then it gradually waned down and the 2 weeks. And then when it was a new moon in last week, that's when I started to feel like I was ready to get going with 2018. And I was talking to my students also about this, and a lot of them had that same feeling, and it was quite interesting. It was very interesting. So that was a very different feeling for me and different experience that I now can offer in my Moon Phase yoga book. So the book is really coming along. I'm very excited about it. I have to get it ready now so that you can have it in your hand. This is the year that you will. So let me get started now with the 4 tips so that this video isn't too long. Oh my goodness, it got really dark now. Number 1 is intention, or what we refer to as sankalpa in yoga. I gave this as a thought for 2016 as well, and I see this really as the foundation for achieving anything in our life. And I write a lot about it in the Moon Phase yoga book. I have an entire chapter actually dedicated to intention, and I write that setting an intention for yourself is like grounding yourself into your own being. It's an important part of nurturing the vision that you have for yourself. It's imperative for growing into your fullness. And what comes to mind when I think about intention, as I also write in this chapter, is something that Gandhi fondly used to say. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. So think about that. What is your intention? Write it down and integrate it into everything that you do and see what happens. Number 2 is to simplify and do more of what works. This is something that I have worked on over the years, is to just really simplify my life. I've thrown out, recycled, repurposed everything in my life to get to a point where my life is actually working for me, where things are flowing. And also what I have had a huge epiphany in is to keep doing more of what works. This is something that doesn't always come natural to me. I have this tendency of wanting to do this and that and this and that, and then sometimes I focus on what works and then I just want to try something else to see how that is, instead of just trying to stay focused on what it is that works and then, you know, continue on that path. This is something that I got from Gary Vaynerchuk, who is an interesting character. You can check out his videos here on YouTube. I can't always listen to him because he talks a million miles an hour. He's quite frantic, and sometimes it's a little bit too much for me, but he always has some fantastic nuggets that I can draw from. And one time he said, do more of what works. And I had to sit back and I had to look at my life and see the things that I do and see what works and do more of that. And I had also heard years ago about this talk show, actually a game show in America called The Price is Right. And they have had the same set since they started, I think, in the 70s. And it looks, you know, old and outdated. And they were asked, you know, why don't you change it? Why don't you modernize it? And they said, it works. Why do we have to change it? It works. I love that. So do more of what works. Number 3, and it's getting darker and darker here. Oh well. Under promise, over deliver. This is something that is one of my weaknesses, is that I over promise and I feel that either I under deliver, I don't do what I have promised, or I end up fretting for having to do what I promised, regretting that I said yes. Yes, that's something that I want to get much better at, is not promising to make a video before I've thought it over and made a plan for it. Because it's something that I have done a little bit too much. And I did it recently and I kind of kicked myself afterwards. I apologize, Gitan. You asked me if I could, you just asked me if I could write down or let you know what my 10 favorite videos to make was in 2017. And instead of just writing down what my list was, and that was something that I should have done in that video that I made of the most popular videos for 2017, I said, oh, I can make that video. No problem, I will make that video. You didn't ask me to make the video, you just asked what my list was. And then I thought that was a great idea to make that video, but then I regretted that I said yes. And then I beat myself up for saying yes. And then I felt bad that I had said yes and I wouldn't be able to deliver on the promise. So I will just write down what my 10 videos were in the description box below. You can read about it there. And then from now on, I'm not going to overpromise. And this is also akin to if you say to yourself you want to exercise, you know, 5 times a week, or develop a daily practice, and you want to do it for, say, 60 minutes every time. Maybe sometimes you're not able to do 60 minutes. And then because you're not able to do 60 minutes, maybe then you end up not doing anything. So instead of saying 60 minutes, say I am going to do a minimum of maybe 15 minutes. And then once you get going, you probably will end up doing 20 minutes or even 30 minutes. And then you end up actually over-delivering. So it's just a little bit of a shift in mindset, because I think that as human beings, it's either or. Either 60 minutes or 90 minutes yoga, or then it's nothing. When in reality, it's more the consistency of it and just, you know, keeping that muscle memory going and just keeping, you know, the ball rolling, so to speak. So if you do something for 10 minutes every day, that adds on over time. Under promise, over deliver. And my last suggestion, number 4, is to invest in yourself and invest in what you care about. To spend time investing in your body, spend time investing in your mind, spend time investing in your emotions, spend time investing in your bank account, spend time investing in your friends, in your family, in your home. Whatever matters to you, invest your time in it. Because the more you invest time in it now, the more you're going to benefit in the future. And in whichever area of our life that we don't have such a good relationship with, we owe it to ourselves to invest time in learning about it and developing a better relationship. Because being a yogi is about having prana, life force inside of our body. And this has to do with relationships, of how we spend our time, how we spend our money, how we nurture and treat ourselves, how we give, how we're able to receive. And it's very interesting, and each phase of our life will teach us, you know, different things about ourselves. But definitely investing in yourself, I believe that everyone will benefit. Everyone will benefit. So that, my dear friends, is my 4 thoughts, suggestions, tips, however you want to call it, for 2018. Stuff that I am working on in my own life so that I can shine my brightest light, even though I'm quite in darkness here. But I do feel that when I allow myself to shine my brightest light, you benefit, everyone in my life benefits, and then you will shine that light back to me, and then you will shine that light into someone else's life. And that is what this is all about. It truly is what it's all about. So I hope that these tips will resonate with you in some way. I would love to hear which ones resonate with you. I would love to hear your thoughts for 2018, how it started for you, if you had the same feeling as me, and what your goals are for this year. Namaste. I hope you're well, and I will see you very, very soon. Mwah. Bless you if you are still here at the end. That shows that you have great attention span. And if you are still here at the end, please write in the comments, great attention span, exclamation mark. Bye.